But with curbside garbage pickup, if we get this variance, which there's enough precedent that we think that we would get it, then it works. Like it's remarkable how the garbage requirement can mean the difference between a site working or not. Like
Isn't
at
that
this
crazy. Yesterday was a really big day. There's all kinds of amazing stuff in there, but I don't know. Have we seen the final report? Like, did they still screw a bunch of the stuff up that we all pointed out?
Yeah, I mean, the big win was the original recommended zoning bylaw amendment that planning staff brought to the Planning and Housing Committee capped the units within these six-story buildings at 30. And after 30, things would just get a lot more complicated for developers. So the big win is that cap got increased from 30 to 60. And the reason why it got increased to 60, at 60 units, there's no basically way out of requiring a type G, like a full loading area for a project. And at this scale, it just doesn't work.
What's a type G loading for everybody that doesn't speak
Yeah.
developer?
Type G loading is like a loading bay in your development project that could fit a city-sized garbage truck. So it takes like a ton of your ground floor area because you need to have this truck be able to come onto your property, turn in, pick up the garbage, reverse out, and then kind of go back onto the street face forward. Whereas there's a rule that says at 30 units and below, you could do curbside garbage pickup. So you just need a little garbage room on your building. And then as of last year, between 30 and 60, the city can give you a variance to allow for curbside garbage pickup. At 60 plus, there's no way out of requiring a type G loading space. So now at least this unit cap on this building type aligns with that non-negotiable type G loading requirement.
So hold on. So if you build 60 units, you don't need the type G?
You do not need it if you get an exemption. So you do need what they're calling an exemption.
Okay, so
that happens through a variance. Yeah.
So not as of right with the
not as of right.
So now if you want to build something as of right, 60 units, you have to lose 40% of your main floor.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, we've got two projects we're working on.
What about 59 units? Sorry, what about 59 units? Is that like under the threshold? Where's the cap? 30?
So as of right is up to 30. 30 to 60, you have the possibility of getting approved for a variance. And 60 plus, there's no shot. You're not going to get the variance.
Understood.
Which makes sense. Because I think based on just like looking at where these buildings would be, and 30 was already a good number. It was just there were some sites that there was cases where it was like, this doesn't make sense as 30. It makes sense as 40 or 45 or whatever.
Yeah. So if you're building like we have one site on Dufferin that's like 45 feet wide, it'll be 44 units. There's no way we could fit a full type G loading space on that site. So it just makes it non-developable. It just doesn't work. But with curbside garbage pickup, if we get this variance, which there's enough precedent that we think that we would get it, then it works. Like it's remarkable how the garbage requirement can mean the difference between a site working or not. Like at this
crazy
medium scale,
right?
Yeah.
And then so if you go for the variance, you open yourself up to the neighbors being able to have a say in the process because you're no longer as of right. So like this is one of the things of a few, at least from my perspective, which is definitely biased based on the deals I'm working on at the moment, but like where they've missed the mark because again, it's like what everybody's kind of biggest complaint is it's a blanket policy and they're not making it usable enough as a blanket policy. Right.
I would say most, if not all of these projects go to committee for some variance. We certainly will. There's even this kind of weird thing where they capped the height at 19 meters. But if you want a proper 4.5 meter ground floor, let's say you want to either provide retail on your ground floor or at least have the potential for future retail at the ground floor and you want 4.5 meters. 4.5 meters times plus 5 times 3 is 19.5 meters height. So like what I don't know why they set the max height at 19 meters, where just to like do what you would typically do like on a mid-rise on an avenue, you need an extra half a meter variance. And then you mentioned like what else is in the bylaw that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like the other big thing in my mind is all the setback requirements. You need to be set back from your front property line by 6 meters to build one of these things, which, feels like a very suburban way of thinking about intensification on a major street. Like most major cities, or at least cities that aspire to be major cities, don't require front setbacks at all, let alone 6 meters for like a front lawn to an apartment building. So there's like stuff like that.
So what about they've limited the depth of a building?
Yeah, so the limit is, it's kind of like a soft limit. So you have side setback requirements, which I'm also not happy with, because I have a vision for Toronto that at one point we're going to recognize that we're a city and not a suburb. And again, like most major cities don't require these major side setbacks between buildings. They just recognize that land is valuable and we should kind of build up to the side of our property line. But so the side setback is 2.4 meters if you have a secondary window on your sidewall. It's 5.5 meters if you have a primary window on your sidewall. And if your building depth is more than 25 meters deep, which is about 60 feet for anybody who thinks in those terms, then the side setback increases to 7.5 meters. So you have to go kind of like even narrower if you go deeper.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our clips channel. Why don't you go and check out some more clips? We got lots of other good content somewhere over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.